Hello, everybody. My name is Orbite Music, and today I'm going to teach you a technique on how to isolate vocals a little more manually and get better, cleaner results without all the artifacts that you usually get using AIs like Spleeter or RX9's Music Rebalance. So let's head right into this. First things first, I want to talk about video downloaders. Um, you have a lot of people just go to YouTube to MP3 websites. For me, as of recent, I've switched to using this open video downloader client. It is a lot quicker. I would recommend making the switch. And if you're going to convert audio, do audio only like that, you might get confused and get Opus files and wonder why the hell you're doing that. Uh, that's because you have to set your setting here to force your audio downloads to use a compatible format like MP3. I'm going to use WAV files because I like the less compression on the WAV files. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring in the audio from the Five Nights at Freddy's Big Band cover because that's going to be my example for today, as it is by far my most viewed video by a landslide. Thank you for the support on that. Okay, and now I have the audio in. I made sure that none of them have warp mode. Now, what's important for this technique to work is that we have to be very, very precise on our lineups. You will see that I am dead accurate with it by the smallest of margins. That is very important for this technique. FL Studio, you might have a little more trouble doing this kind of lineup. What I did was I would adjust them to have the same amount of delay in Edison, because Edison, you can go down to these kind of margins. Unfortunately, FL Studio does not allow you to do this from the playlist, so it makes it a little more convoluted, a little more steps involved. Now, the next thing that's important is that you need this to be opposing the signal of this. They need to be doing the opposite. Now, this is basically kind of how like noise canceling headphones work. You'll have one sound come in, and the noise canceling headphones will use the opposing sound to fight it and keep the sound out. So what I'm doing to emulate that is I'm just using utility, and I am inversing the left and right signal. If you're in FL Studio, you would just hit the reverse polarity button on the sample. And in the end, you're still going to hear the instrumental, but you're going to notice that it's very quiet. Here's like the end result here.
We're waiting every night to finally roam and invite newcomers to play with us. For many years we've been all alone. We're forced to be still and play the same songs we've known since that day. An imposter took our life away. Now we're stuck here to decay. Please let us get in. Don't.
So you hear that, you still hear the background track, but the vocals are very clear. And when you've done something like this, it's going to make it a lot easier once you put it into stuff like RX9 or vocalremover.org or Spleeter, whatever stem removal service that you use here. It's going to have a cleaner result in the end. So this is a technique that I'd recommend picking up. It helps a lot. Now, I do want to talk about why I am in Ableton rather than being in FL Studio like I used to be. So in FL Studio, I'd apparently had my account hacked, and they were going around sharing my license, and that ended up in the result of me losing my FL Studio license. I tried talking with support, but when I had originally set up my account when I was like 14, I apparently, I'd never changed off the fake name, and nor did I even change my address for whenever I moved. So literally none of my information was correct, and they ended up suspending the account altogether. I lost literally everything, and so I switched to Ableton here, and I've been wanting to make this move to Ableton for a while now. Anyway, but it just kind of gave me a reason to do so. I was very disappointed in losing all of my stuff there, though. That was very, very depressing. But I'm having a lot of fun with Ableton. There's a lot of very cool effects to work with. A lot of great features audio wise. Um, yeah, and so I'm going to show you an example now of a project file where I'd use that same vocal isolation technique along with just some vocal processing to kind of mask the effect. I hope you all enjoy.